Shalom. All glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi Bahashim Rahakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach the Bible correctly. Shalom to the elect 144,000 men. And shalom to the great peaceable multitude, the 1/3, the men, women, and children. Shalom. To you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. You're lost because you don't know your true identity. A lot of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American think you're still African American, Haitian, Jamaican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Mexican. But in reality, you're from the tribe of Judah. For you Negroes, you African Americans, to your Jamaicans, you are a Benjaminite. To your Haitians, you're a Levite. Dominicans, you're Simeonite. Guatemalans to Panama, Zebulonites. Puerto Ricans, we are Ephraimites. Cubans, Manassites. North American Indians, Gad. Here in Florida, you're Gadites. Seminole Indians, or I think Seminole Indians is Florida, around the Florida. Yeah, Florida. You're Reubenites. Then you have the North American Indians is Gadites. The Argentinians to Chileans, Neptali. Colombians to, I can never pronounce that, Uruguayans, your Asherites. And you Mexicans, you are Issacharites. We are Israelites. Israel means prince of the power. You are destined to rule the world with power, with the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Under King Yahushai, King David, the 12, and the elders of Great Millstone on down. And today's article, lesson, video is brought to you by Breaking News. I saw this during plantation earlier today. The U.S. struck Iranians underground, one of Iranians' underground bunker. And let's watch the video. And everything is spiritual. Nothing is a coincidence. So this is the Hammer of the Earth update. This video is going into the word hammer of the earth, the word hammer. And I find it very interesting that, watch, I'll show you. Copyright disclaimer, fair use. I'm glad they're able to show us the transcript of their words. But I find this very spiritual, that I'll let you know what I'm talking about.
And with the 7-hour time difference, it is nightfall in the Middle East right now where the war is happening. And we have more breaking news on what is occurring behind the scenes as our military work to rescue not just one, but 2 fighter pilots. So the news is coming in and things are kinetic in that part of the world as well. So let's go straight away to Trey Yinks, who's in Tel Aviv. Trey.
Yeah, Harris, good morning. High-ranking U.S. sources telling Fox News that while that rescue was ongoing over the weekend, that CENTCOM commander Admiral Brad Cooper directed a strike against an IRGC underground headquarters outside of the Iranian capital of Tehran. Fox News has learned that B-2 bombers were used during this strike, along with massive ordnance penetrators, bunker buster bombs, to target this facility, the same weapons used in Operation Midnight Hammer. And I am told by these high-ranking U.S. sources that the headquarters of the IRGC was obliterated in that strike.
Boom. So we're going to stop it there. And that right there, what he said, is what sparked this video, because it's very spiritual that the word hammer, right? Because America did what? America, a strike against IRGC underground headquarters outside of the Iranian capital of Tehran. What happened outside of the capital of Tehran? Fox News learned that B-2 bombers were used. That's what happened outside of Iranian's capital of Tehran. B-2 bombers were used by Babylon the Great during this strike, along with massive ordnance penetrators, bunkers, buster bombs, the same operation used in Midnight Hammer, and told by the sources that the headquarters of the IRGC was obliterated in the strike. So I find it very spiritual through the spirit of Yahweh Shai that the scriptures call America the hammer of the whole earth. So they use this name called Operation used in Midnight Hammer. So as you can see here, where my cursor is, sources ... IRGC headquarters strike used by weapons as Operation Midnight Hammer. So there's something called Operation Midnight Hammer that America does, and they named it that, and that's what sparked this video, because the scripture calls America the hammer of the whole earth. So it's very interesting that America used, it could have used any word. It could have used Operation Midnight Strike, Operation Midnight Stealth, Operation Midnight Madness, but they use Operation Midnight Hammer. And America is the hammer of the whole earth, hammering these other nations, including, first and foremost, the nation of Israel, the apple of the Lord's eye. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we've been getting hammered this whole time, even to this day. One may think, oh, but I'm living good. I'm good. I'm comfortable. I'm good. But not all the Israelites aren't good. And at the end of the day, this is the land of our captivity. This is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't living. You know, Elder Apostle Gabar even said it. If anyone says I'm blessed, they're lying, because what does blessed really means? Blessed means when somebody's bound down before you. So if ain't nobody bound down before us, so we ain't blessed. You know, we're cursed until Yahweh Shemiah Shai comes back. Now, real quick, there's some little research on this hammer, Operation Midnight Hammer. It says 2025 United States strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. On June 22nd, 2025, the United States, Babylon the Great, Air Force, and Navy attacked 3 nuclear facilities in Iran as part of the 12th Day War under the code name Operation Midnight Hammer. America is the hammer of the whole earth. It's beautiful how nothing is a coincidence. The Lord put it on their spirit to call it Operation Midnight Hammer. You know what I'm saying? It's just so beautiful because the scripture calls America the hammer of the whole earth. Hammering down nations, man. You know, it has the military power to hammer down all nations. What is Operation Midnight Hammer? AI overview. Operation Midnight Hammer was a high stakes in June 22nd, 2025 U.S. military strike. Keep that word in mind, strike, on Iranian nuclear sites. Fordo, Natanz, Isfahan, involving 7 B-2 stealth bombers dropping GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators, supported by the 125 aircraft and Tomahawk missiles. It targeted nuclear facilities. There you go. Now let's get into the scripture that goes into the word hammer for edification's sake. Okay, so here we are at the chat GPT. How does GMS interpret Jeremiah 50 verses 23? How is the hammer of the whole earth? Who's the hammer of the whole earth in Jeremiah 50 and 23? It's America. Okay, America is the hammer of the whole earth. Okay? It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Is America cut asunder and broken completely? No. So Jeremiah 50:23 is still a future prophecy that was written before King Yahushua was on the scene. All right, so this is a future prophecy. How is Babylon, America, become a desolation among the nations? Great Millstone GMS typically interprets Jeremiah 50 verses 23 as a future prophecy about the fall of modern Babylon, which is identified as America. Here's their breakdown. Jeremiah chapter 50 verses 23 GMS interpretation. Quote, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Let's start with quote unquote hammer of the whole earth equals America's global military power. And guess what? The deadline is passed already. Nero Trump said he was going to destroy the got you right here. Boom. This is from Trump's at real Donald Trump, I guess is some website. It says Tuesday, which is in a couple hours, in like an hour or two. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day. This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. There's innocent civilians that rely on power plants and bridges to travel, go to and fro to work, you know, to see at night at the lights and stuff like that, electricity, AC, what have you. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day. That's crazy. All wrapped up in one in Iran. You know, there will be nothing like it! Explanation mark 3 times. Damn. The Lord put a very cruel spirit on Nero. Open the motherfucking, he didn't say motherfucking, but he said, open the fucking straits. That's what he said. Open the fucking straits, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Yo, that's the vibration of Nero. He's snapping. He crashing out. He crashing out. You know what I'm saying? Just watch. Praise be to Allah. That only means power. Praise be to power. You know, but he's from the left-hand side. So the left-hand side works for the right-hand side. Works for Yahweh Shem Yahshai. So there's no power there. President Donald Trump. So, yo, you know, hey, there it is. The hammer of the whole earth. It says here, the hammer of the whole earth equals America's global military power. GMS teaches this refers to the nation that controls and strikes other nations. Remember when I said keep the word strike in mind? There you go. The nations that control, Babylon the Great controls everything except the Straits of Hormuz. It's the nations that control and strikes other countries. Look at that. And he's threatened to strike. He's threatening right here to strike what? Power plants and bridges? If they don't open the fucking Straits of Hormuz. You know? It says, uses military bases worldwide. Yup. Enforces sanctions, wars, and regime changes. Just like what he did in Venezuela. Wasn't that a regime change? They say this fits modern America because America has the strongest military influence. And it does. It's almost 15 minutes. So, Lord's will, you were edified on YouTube. Rumble, this is my YouTube channel. Fight of Faith 4 on YouTube. And YouTube, I'll see you in Rumble if you want to continue on, but we're far from done. Lord's will, you edified, but this is my Rumble real quick. And you can find me at Fight of Faith 4, also on Rumble. So, Lord's Way You Were Edified YouTube, Shalom. Hey, welcome, Rumble. And those of you who came along from YouTube to Rumble, Shalom to you, and the water for sticking around. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it.